The creature with graceful beauty, akin to the moon in the romantic sense of French terminology, or radiant like the sun on the backdrop of the deep blue ocean in the English language. This quirky fish is like the ocean's version of a lazy sunbather, chilling on the surface and soaking up some rays. It is my pleasure to introduce the ocean sunfish Mola Mola. I don't understand why the divine creator designed a fish with such bizarre appearance. However, don't judge the book by its cover. This fish species holds many surprising facts that you wouldn't expect. So next time you spot one of these sun-loving fish, just remember they're the beach bums of the sea. The ocean sunfish is one of the largest bony fish. It has a flattened body and is as tall as it is long. The mature ocean sunfish has an average length of 1.8 meters and a fin-to-fin length of 2.5 meters. The weight of mature specimens can range from 247 to 1,000 kilograms, but even larger individuals are not unheard of. The maximum size recorded is 3.3 meters in length, and maximum weight recorded is 2,300 kilograms, despite being large in size with a stubby body structure. The moonfish swims weakly. Most of the time, these moonfish just let their massive bodies drift along with the currents like they're on some kind of leisurely float trip. And when they're feeling extra chill, they'll even tilt to one side for that laid-back vibe. They're basically the ocean's version of lounging on a pool float, just soaking up the sun and going with the flow. Sometimes ocean currents carry them from tropical regions all the way to temperate zones. It's precisely this trait that earns the moonfish its alternative names of sunfish or moonfish, as people believe they sunbathe on the ocean's surface, often seen drifting lazily near the water's surface. And if you're wondering why they often swim tilted like that, did you know the swim bladder just like many other fish species? That's right, this creature doesn't have one either. A short spine and the absence of a true head. The spine of Mola contains fewer vertebrae and is shorter relative to the body than any other fish species, and notably, they lack a true head. Although the sunfish has its origins from bony ancestors, its skeleton consists mostly of cartilaginous tissues, lighter than bone, allowing it to grow to sizes impractical for other bony fish species. Never entrust a secret to this fish, as they don't know how to keep their mouths shut. In fact, their teeth fuse into a beak-like structure, preventing them from fully closing their mouths, with teeth also located in their throat. Despite their large size, their mouths are very small, each jaw with two closely fitting teeth forming a beak-like structure. With such a specialized mouth, they cannot swallow large prey and instead specialize in eating small crustaceans and other planktonic organisms. Their primary diet consists of various types of algae, jellyfish, planktonic crustaceans, larval fish. Swim using the anal fin. In the course of its evolution, the caudal fin tail of the sunfish disappeared, to be replaced by a lumpy pseudo-tail, the clavus. This structure is formed by the convergence of the dorsal and anal fins and is used by the fish as a rudder. Unlike most fish, the sunfish swings its dorsal fin and anal fin in a characteristic sculling motion. In other words, this fish swims using its anal fin, which is not at all unusual.
What the hell?
How can they survive so absently? Due to their unappealing appearance and passive lifestyle, sunfish are often preyed upon by larger fish such as sharks and sea lions, either as a meal or simply for sport. However, despite their seemingly aimless existence, these passive creatures have managed to survive to this day thanks to their unparalleled talent for egg-laying. Females of the species can produce more eggs than any other known vertebrate, up to 300 million at a time. You heard me right. Let me reiterate that females are estimated to be carrying as many as 300 million eggs at one time, more than any other known vertebrate. Sunfish eggs are released into the water and externally fertilized by sperm. Newly hatched sunfish larvae are only 2.5 millimeters long and weigh less than 1 gram. They develop into fry that resemble miniature pufferfish, their close relatives. Young sunfish school for protection, but this behavior is abandoned as they grow. The fry that survive can grow up to 60 million times their original weight before reaching adult proportions, arguably the most extreme size growth of any vertebrate animal. Specialized heating structure. In the depths of chilly waters, moonfish have evolved a neat trick to stay warm. They've got a built-in heating system for their brains and eyes, ensuring optimal function even in the coldest depths. This unique ability, known as cranial endothermy, involves special muscles behind their eyes acting as a toasty furnace. Wrapped in insulating fat and with a network of heat-conducting blood vessels, these fish are like living, swimming hot water bottles, keeping their noggins cozy regardless of the ocean's icy embrace. Misunderstood as lazy, although floating in the water is possible in most cases, they are also capable of moving rapidly when feeding or avoiding predators, to the extent that they can vertically leap out of water. Contrary to the perception that sunfish spend much of their time basking at the surface, Mola adults actually spend a large portion of their lives actively hunting at depths greater than 200 meters, occupying both the epipelagic and mesopelagic zones. Sunfish are most often found in water warmer than 10 degrees Celsius. Prolonged periods spent in water at temperatures of 12 degrees Celsius or lower can lead to disorientation and eventual death. Surface basking behavior, in which a sunfish swims on its side, presenting its largest profile to the sun, may be a method of thermally recharging following dives into deeper, colder water in order to feed. The diet of the ocean sunfish was formerly thought to consist primarily of various jellyfish. However, genetic analysis reveals that sunfish are actually generalist predators that consume mostly small fish, fish larvae, squid, and crustaceans, with jellyfish and salps making up only around 15% of the diet. Occasionally they will ingest eelgrass. This range of food items indicates that the sunfish feeds at many levels, from the surface to deep water and occasionally down to the seafloor in some areas.
Damn!